In the quiet depths of space, on the edge of known galaxies, a secret long hidden beneath the surface of a once peaceful planet was finally beginning to awaken. For centuries, humanity had faced countless wars and journeys among the stars. Yet, this secret remained their greatest strength's massive starships, so vast that entire cities could fit inside, cleverly disguised as normal, habitable worlds. These planet-sized ships had been carefully built beneath the surface, hidden beneath layers of soil, oceans, and atmosphere, designed to appear as ordinary planets to any who looked from afar. But now, as political tensions rose and strained, signals from rival alien civilizations suggested that war might be unavoidable. Humanity made a bold and startling move. Suddenly, on this once calm and quiet world, subtle but powerful changes began to ripple across its surface. Mountains slowly shifted and split apart with grinding sounds that echoed through the atmosphere. Strange lights flickered beneath forests and oceans, and the ground trembled gently at first, then with growing intensity. Those watching from orbit, in sleek observation stations and diplomatic ships, gasped as the peaceful planet began to reveal its true form. Vast mechanical structures rose from beneath the Earth. Enormous panels unfolded like wings, and huge engines bigger than any starship, seen before, glowed to life with deep humming energy. Scientists and soldiers alike stared in disbelief and awe, realizing that the world itself was transforming into a colossal war machine. The news traveled fast across nearby star systems, triggering shockwaves of fear and fascination among alien races who had never imagined humanity possessed such technology. Diplomatic channels buzzed with urgent messages. Some called for peace talks, others prepared fleets for battle, unsure whether to trust the intentions behind this sudden display of power. Meanwhile, inside the newly awakened starship, a team of human commanders and engineers scrambled to understand the ship's ancient systems and prepare it for the coming trials. They knew this moment marked the dawn of a new era, not only for humanity, but for the entire galaxy. What was once a peaceful world had become a towering mechanical marvel, a symbol of human resilience and ingenuity, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. The stars themselves seemed to hold their breath as the giant starship slowly rose into orbit, its enormous shadow stretching across the planet below, promising both hope and uncertainty for the future. As the giant starship completed its awakening and loomed in orbit like a mechanical moon, humanity prepared for a step that would change the course of history, the first voyage beyond the familiar stars of the Milky Way. This colossal vessel, floating city of unimaginable size and power, was unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen. Its hull stretched thousands of kilometers, bristling with technology that combined human creativity with the most advanced artificial intelligence systems ever created. Every inch of the ship was alive with energy and potential, but with such power came new and unexpected challenges. As the countdown to launch began, the world watched in anxious silence, the eyes of every nation and every alien civilization focused on this unprecedented event. Rival species, some longtime enemies, and others cautious neighbors, scrambled to understand what humanity intended with such a massive warship. Some leaders called for negotiations, hoping to avoid open conflict, while others hurried to ready their fleets for a possible battle that could decide the fate of entire star systems. Meanwhile, deep inside the starship, the crew gathered in their command centers, a diverse group drawn from every corner of human society, representing the best minds, the bravest pilots, and the most skilled engineers. They faced not only the technical difficulties of piloting a machine of this scale, but also the mental strain of responsibility for the fate of humanity and its place in the universe. The ship's AI, a vast network designed to assist, but not replace human judgment, worked alongside them, offering insights, calculations, and warnings. But some systems behaved unpredictably, hinting at secrets locked within the ship's ancient design. As the engines ignited, sending waves of energy through the ship's massive structure, the starship began its slow, powerful departure from orbit. The stars outside blurred as the ship accelerated toward the unknown. carrying hopes, fears, and questions into the dark space beyond the galaxy's edge. Yet, even as they celebrated this bold achievement, the crew soon realized that the voyage held dangers no one had predicted. Strange signals appeared on their scanners. Mysterious ripples in space-time flickered near the ship's path. And unexplained malfunctions tested their resolve and teamwork. Every day brought new puzzles, forcing humans and machines to work closer than ever before to unlock the secrets of the starship and the galaxy it was exploring. The first flight was more than a journey. It was a trial by fire, an adventure into the unknown that would test the limits of human courage and ingenuity. As the starship pushed farther into deep space, it became clear that this was only the beginning of a story that would reshape the destiny of humanity. And all who watched from the stars, as the colossal starship drifted farther into the unknown depths of space, leaving behind familiar stars and the Milky Way's comforting glow, its crew began to encounter strange and unsettling phenomena that challenged everything they thought they knew. The ship's sensors picked up mysterious energy patterns that danced like shadows in the void, signals that did not match any known technology or natural occurrence. The explorers discovered ancient relics, vast structures made of materials stronger than any metal known to humanity, floating silently among asteroid fields or hidden within the gravity wells of dark planets. These ruins told a story of a civilization that had once spread across the galaxy, a civilization so advanced it seemed almost impossible to imagine. As the crew studied the artifacts, they found symbols and designs that eerily resembled those built into the starship itself, hinting that the gigantic vessels humanity now commanded might be connected to this lost race. The implications sent ripples of doubt and wonder through the crew's minds, that humans unknowingly inherited the technology of an ancient builder. And if so, what did that say about their place in the cosmos? Meanwhile, far from the starships, vast engines and humming core, the alarmed alien nations that had been watching humanity's rise decided they could no longer stand divided. Fearful that humanity's growing strength threatened their own survival and influence, several powerful species forged a coalition, pooling resources and fleets to monitor and potentially challenge the giant starship's movements. This alliance, though uneasy and fragile, demonstrated just how much the balance of power was shifting across the stars. Back aboard the ship, tensions ran high as the crew worked tirelessly to decipher the meaning of the ancient relics and strange signals. New alliances formed between scientists and commanders, blending logic with intuition, as they tried to unlock secrets buried deep within the starship's core systems, which began to behave as if responding to the presence of these ancient markers in space. Suspicion and hope warred within the hearts of the crew. Some feared that awakening this ancient technology might bring unforeseen dangers, while others believed it could be the key to humanity's ultimate survival and prosperity. Every discovery deepened the mystery, raising questions about the galaxy's forgotten past and humanity's future role. Were they merely inheritors of an ancient legacy, or were they destined to become something greater? As shadows stretched across the void, both literally and metaphorically, the starship pressed onward, guided by human courage and curiosity, ready to face the unknown truths hidden among the stars. The journey into the darkness was no longer just a voyage of exploration, it was a quest to uncover the secrets of existence itself. The warning signals had come too late, and by the time the massive alien coalition's fleets gathered, the galaxy was already holding its breath for what would become the largest space battle ever recorded in history. The coalition, made up of powerful species once wary of one another, had set aside old rivalries, uniting in a desperate attempt to stop humanity's unstoppable advance. They poured every ship and weapon they had into a colossal offensive aimed directly at the planet-sized starship that had become the symbol of humanity's might. From distant observation posts, countless eyes watched as the first thunderous blasts lit up the void, the eerie silence of space shattered by waves of energy and fire. The human starship, though vast and slow compared to smaller vessels, revealed powers far beyond the enemy's expectations. Its colossal shields bent and flexed, absorbing devastating attacks and turning them into energy to fuel its own weapons and systems. It adapted faster than any ship the galaxy had ever seen, shifting its defenses and offensive strategies like a living thing. Human commanders and AI systems worked in perfect harmony, constantly learning and evolving under pressure. Smaller human fleets darted among the enemy lines, striking critical points with precision, while the great ship unleashed devastating barrages that scattered entire squadrons. Yet despite their advanced technology and courage, the humans paid a heavy price. Massive sections of the Starships sustained damage, and many brave crews lost their lives defending their home and future. On the other side, the Coalition's forces began to fracture as desperation and loss took their toll. Old suspicions flared anew, and the unity that had brought them together started to crack. In the heat of battle, unexpected alliances formed between rival commanders who recognized that survival meant more than old grudges. The clash did not simply end with explosions and debris. It reshaped the political landscape of the galaxy. When the dust finally settled, the Starship stood battered but unbroken, a testament to human resilience and unyielding will. The Coalition had been pushed back, but the war was far from over. Both sides now understood that the galaxy had entered a new era, one where the balance of power was no longer static, but fluid and unpredictable. The echoes of this monumental clash would resonate for generations, forever changing how civilizations viewed each other and their place in the stars. Humanity had proven that it was not just another race to be feared or dismissed, but a force capable of shaping the destiny of the entire galaxy. Yet, beneath the triumph and sorrow lay the growing awareness that greater challenges awaited. Ones that would require even more courage, wisdom, and unity to face. The galaxy would never be the same again, and every star, every world, would remember the day when titans clashed among the stars. After the devastating clash that shook the galaxy to its core, a fragile peace began to take shape, and humanity emerged not only as a powerful force, but also as a beacon of hope for many worlds weary of war and distrust. The planet-sized starships, once seen as instruments of destruction, gradually became symbols of unity and progress, representing the strength that comes from cooperation rather than conquest. Former enemies, inspired by the courage and resilience shown by humanity, started to rebuild bridges, opening diplomatic channels that had long been closed by fear and suspicion. Across star systems, communities of different species began working together to explore and understand the mysteries that the vast universe held. The enormous starships served as mobile hubs for research, culture, and communication, connecting distant worlds that had never before spoken in peace. On board these giants, the crew worked tirelessly, not just to advance technology or military power, but to foster learning and friendship among civilizations that had once been at odds. Yet, even as new alliances formed and old wounds began to heal, the galaxy whispered of greater challenges waiting just beyond the edge of explored space. Strange signals hinted at hidden realms filled with unknown dangers and unimaginable wonders, promising that the era of discovery was far from over. Humanity stood ready to face these challenges with the same determination and ingenuity that had carried them through their darkest hours. Leaders spoke of a future where cooperation would unlock secrets long hidden, where the stars would no longer be the boundary, but the beginning of a shared journey. The legacy of the planet-sized starships was now secure, not only as weapons or machines, but as monuments to the spirit of progress and unity that defined humanity. As the galaxy watched, the tremors of this awakening continued to pulse through space and time, signaling that humanity's story among the stars was just beginning. With every new world touched and every mystery unraveled, the legend of human courage, hope, and friendship grew, promising a future where the cosmos itself might finally understand the true power of a united galaxy.